This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hi, good evening and welcome to Sports Saturday. I'm Julian Gibson. The AAA Marine Softball Classic taking place in Spanish Wells. Let's take a look at the highlights from day number 2. Start with the ladies showdown. The Sigma Wildcats, boy, they went wild on the TZRS ladies from Spanish Wells. They won the ball game 9-2. The winning pitcher was Mary Edgecombe Sweeting.
Well, I can tell you that the sun is scorching. But I mean, I think the girls played pretty good. You know, we wanted to win this first game because we didn't really know what this team looked like. But now we have an idea, so the next game we're going to go even harder.
It's just basically you guys in Spanish Wells, so this should be easy for you guys.
I mean, it should be easy, but, you know, there's a lot of young girls on the team, and they come down here to try and continue to keep the fundamentals that they have. So we're still going to play as a team. We're not going to play around with them, and we're going to take this trophy back to Nassau.
Now, although Spanish Wells ladies lost the ball game, they believe they're going to get the Wildcats back when it really counts.
Just a couple mistakes errors on the field.
You guys are disappointed with the loss?
Yeah, but we could get the next one.
You all could beat them when it counts.
Anytime. We just got to play good ball and hit the ball, and we can beat them.
In the second game of the day, how about the Creative Bulldogs out of Abaco, the Commonwealth defending champions? Boy, they scored 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Sting Truckers committing too many errors. The Truckers would go on to lose to the Bulldogs out of Abaco 4-1 despite a monster shot from Sherman Ferguson.
Yeah, man, I feel good with the game. You know, it's a different type of heat over here. You know, it's very, very hot. You have to go slow and take your time. But, you know, it was a good, clean game of softball, and that's what tournament's all about.
Did you play with Abaco? How far you guys think y'all could go in the tournament?
Well, we come to win it, honestly, you know. But this, the major thing is to come and have fun, you know, and for camaraderie and unity. You know, that's why I came from Nassau to join with Abaco, you know, because we established something from we traveled to get on the national team, and we see how it works.
I don't feel too good about the game. I think we made a lot of mistakes. They scored like 4 runs and the ball haven't even passed in field yet. We got to come back in the next game, tighten it up. We're going to see them again, and we're going to be ready to play ball.
Now capping off the afternoon session, the AAA Marine Razorbacks, boy, they stung the Sting Truckers 2-1. Delano Cartwright delivered a solo shot over the center field fence. Shifting gears, come the 26th of this month in the Second City Freeport Grand Bahama. Well, the Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation Championships will be taking place, and athletes, you are to be put on notice.
We did a lot of transition with our executive last year, and this year, after coming from election, you know, returning as president, we have Dr. Cyprian Strawn, who is the new vice president, replacing Derek Bullitt. Dr. Strawn's job is chief operation officer, and he's also responsible for doping. And speaking about doping, we will be doing a lot of random drug testing this year. So athletes be on the lookout that Dr. Strawn call you or the Federation call you for dope testing. Be aware that we will be doing it. The reason for that is that once we get to St. Martin, or before we get to St. Martin, we may have athletes being called upon from the IFBB to do a random drug test here. So it is imperative that we encourage every athlete to stay drug-free.
And finally in sports, there are a number of teams competing overseas representing the 242 to the fullest. Let's check in with Kelsey Johnson for the latest.
Now that they have secured a spot into the Central Basket Championships, the men's national basketball team turns their attention to winning the Caribbean Basketball Championships. The squad will hit the court tonight at 9 p.m. That's local time to play Cuba for the gold medal. A win tonight will rank the Bahamas as the top team heading into the next round of play in August. The women's national basketball squad joined the men in the British Virgin Islands today. The women's tournament tips off on Tuesday. The Bahamas will open up against the U.S. Virgin Islands. The women's team will need to finish in the top 3 to advance to the Central Basket Championships. A 33-member team is competing at the Junior CAC Track and Field Championships in Mexico. Day 2 of the competition should be wrapping up at this hour. The Bahamas captured 5 medals on day 1. That's 2 silver and 3 bronze. That placed the team in 9th heading into today's competition. There's a swim team down in Barbados competing in the CISC Championships. Margaret Aubrey Higgs has already set a new record and dipped under the B qualifying marks for the Pan American Games. Ariel Wish also struck gold and achieved the B qualifying time for the Pan American Games. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Well, that's all the time for Sports Saturday. Once again, I'm Julian Gibson coming to you from beautiful, clean Spanish Wells. Special thanks to my cameraman, Christopher Knowles. Stay tuned. You better forecast. It's still to come.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.